Hello everyone, welcome back to another video and my Portulacaria Afra bonsai that I have shown in previous videos before, working a bit on it, and also in this video today I want to work a bit on it again. The reason basically because, as you probably can see yourself, it has grown quite considerably in the last couple of weeks now in summer, so I think it is time for sort of a middle of the growth season pruning, so just to give it a bit back the shape that I intended for it, and to just make sure it doesn't become too unruly over summer right now. As you can see, the last couple of weeks actually I had this area here, or this side here, facing the window. This is where a lot of new growth is on this side. We will later on also look at the other side, which in comparison looks a bit bare, but now I did turn it around again to make sure the other side also gets enough sunlight and enough new growth on it. And of course I will make sure to rotate it a bit more often, I guess, during the growth season. Now in winter I basically had no problem with it growing only in one direction, because of course it didn't grow that much. Now this summer there is a lot of new growth because it's quite sunny right now. So definitely that is something I need to keep in mind a bit more. But as I said, let's go into pruning it back a bit, simply to give it back its shape. So what I'm doing is simply taking out some of the tips, making sure that the pads are more visible again. So we have a lower pad right here, and then the canopy consisting of some side branches that also I want to work on a bit. But for now, I'm just taking off some of the new growth here on this lower pad, maybe already taking some growth out here from the top, maybe also from here actually. So I do quite like this, cutting it back here, a bit here, taking off the leader, and really everything that is sort of facing in this direction I want to take out a bit. As we still have quite some weeks left in growth season, there will probably be even a need to prune it again this summer, because I do notice that it tends to grow quite a lot when growth season really starts. So let me flip it a bit to the side. You can already see here, for example, it looks way more bare, and you can really see the growth going in this direction. What you might also notice is down here at the trunk, it actually, when I got it already, it had basically sort of a hole here. So there had something happened to this tree before I bought it. It must have been dropped or something, because when I bought it, also in the pot it was in, it became loose basically. So I guess it was dropped or something, and part of the trunk got ripped out somehow. Nevertheless, I found this quite interesting when I found it, because it just gives it its very unique look next to this very nice nebari that it actually has. So that is, I see it more of a feature actually on the tree that I quite enjoy, because it makes it very unique. So, as often the case with Portulacaria Afra, we also have some growth coming out from the base of the trunk that I do normally take out whenever I see it. I let it grow maybe to 2-3 leaves to thicken up the trunk a bit, but that's all there is. Of course, we don't want any branches that low on the trunk. Up here I thought about actually growing another side branch, so we'll leave this one on, but not the one that's going straight up here. This one here I will keep growing like this. I do quite enjoy it actually, because even from here it looks almost like you could make it into a cascade, so we'll leave it on. Just taking also out some growth here, and as you see here, it definitely did not get enough sunlight. That is why it looks a bit bare right here, so I'm not going to cut back too much on this side. Rather let it grow now, facing the sun from this direction, and then it evens out normally quite fast again. So actually I'm quite happy with the pruning the way it is. As I said here, I do not want to do too much. Let's turn it around one more time to check this side. Of course it now looks still quite full, but I do guess this will change once new growth is also coming in from the other side. This growth will also probably move again a bit more in the other direction, so I'm not too worried here that it will be overgrown. Here we can still take something out, also here. But other than that, I would not do too much to it at the moment, I would say. Here it is quite dense, which I like, but this one here is actually in a position I'm not a fan of. It makes it a bit too cluttered, because then I can actually see that also here in the back I can take something out. As well as up here, I would say. Taking this one out just to clean the pads a bit more again, having more of space basically in between those two pads. Still a bit too close, but you can wire Portulacaria Afra, so I might wire this down in total a bit to have it even out a bit more as a pad, and sooner or later also take out this one here that is a bit too close from the trunk when you look at it from this side. However, at the moment I would say I still let it enjoy the growth season and keep pruning it basically by the end of September. I would say normally a nice prune before the winter, and then over winter of course I won't work too much on it anyway. Hopefully this was an informative video for you, an entertaining video. If you have any questions concerning this Portulacaria Afra, feel free to leave them in the comments. Otherwise I will see you hopefully in the next video. Until then, goodbye.